Hello, everyone, and welcome to some good old-fashioned Link to the Past Randomizer. We got another daily race for you today. We got a casual mode daily race. My name's Willard J. Bradley. I am here with Angels. How you doing?
I'm doing very, very fine. And I'm looking forward to this one because of just looking at the stacked talent today. It's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, we got some good names in here. Some tournament participators in here, and some people that we've definitely seen on the restreams in the daily races prior as well. You want to give us a little info about what's casual? What does that mean? What are we looking at here today?
Oh, excuse me, I didn't hear. I didn't roger that one.
I was just asking for you to explain what casual means. That's all.
Okay. So essentially, what casual is that essentially it is a standard anchored sword. So we are gonna get escape sequence, but with a guaranteed sword.
Yep. Yeah. So basically, how you would play the vanilla game, you go visit your uncle, get a sword, drop down, have to do the escape sequence, save Zelda, free light cone in the sewer and all that stuff, and then basically the world is open to you as soon as you get out of there.
Yeah. Hopefully we get something good as well, because how much I do love the fighter sword in the escape sequence. I do love to see a little bit of extra flair in this game.
Yeah, because there's a standard mode as well where you go through escape, but you get a randomized weapon from the start. So we might still get like a fire rod or a Samaria or nothing at all from our uncle or anything along the way. I mean, I feel like I recently commentated a seed where escape had like Moon Pearl and both gloves or something. Anything is possible here.
Yeah, and apparently our uncle doesn't know that we are majority boys, because he just thought we would go.
Very early map check from some of these players. I did catch... Okay, we got 2 crystals in the light world and a pendant at desert. So Crystal Hera, Crystal Eastern, pendant desert. But we're not going to really worry about that until we get through this segment first. I do like the wide array of sprites we see today. We got Super Bunny, we got a Goomba, we got a Yoshi, and we got Eslo from the Minish Cap.
Yeah, the sprite just continues to amaze me. The sprite developers are just so talented.
Oh yeah, there's tons of different sprites you can choose from. You can play as so many different characters, and there's, I feel like there's a new sprite in the works or finished up like every week, every other week. I have my personal preferences. Of course, I always like to choose between Garfield or Homer, but I really love that Yoshi sprite up at the top left from Humbug. It's a really good one.
Yeah, it's very, very well colored. I do prefer either Lucario or Foxlink.
Those are also really good. But yeah, you should definitely check out all the sprites that they are, and try a few of them. I really like how so far in this escape sequence, in this standard casual seed, we've already gotten our shield as well, so it does feel very, very vanilla so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is also the map in the first set, so only one key and loads of items.
Yeah, that's also vanilla too, that spot right there. Interesting.
Yeah. So are we gonna get the blue boomerang in our first set?
I'll generally be disappointed if we don't, but, there is a lot of items in this game, so there's a very good chance that we won't. But come on. Come on, video game, do the funny thing. Just a big 20. Alright, that's fine.
Roughly what the blue boomerang is worth.
False. How dare you? The blue boomerang is fantastic. I don't want to hear this kind of nonsense. It is worth at least 21 rupees. Let's get real.
Of course.
Alright, just gotta go down here, slash the big guy, or 2 pots to the head to take down Ball and Chain Guard and save our lovely princess here. We do have a green guard coming out on the left side on Hubbugs. He's gotta watch out, down to 3 hearts. Only 3 hearts. Oh, there's our small key, which, alright. Which could have either been there or still could have been the Dark Cross.
Yeah, Mika's gonna have to be really careful here.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is die at this point, because it puts you right at the beginning of Hyrule Castle, and you have to walk all the way back through there. And it does happen. I've seen it happen. There's also the possibility... I've seen it happen where players just completely forget to grab Zelda and walk all the way back upstairs without her, and then like, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
Yeah, why can't I move this throne?
I've done it at least once. And in a race, and it's just, I don't know. There's nothing you can do about it but laugh.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing worth noting is that, conveniently, we did get bombs from our uncle, I believe, was where those appeared. So we don't have to worry about farming bombs. It's kind of one of the dreadful parts about this mode, or anytime you go through Escape without bombs, is there is a bomb wall at the back of it that holds 3 chests, potentially 3 items. It will be 3 items in this case. And if you miss out on bombs in this mode, then you either have to walk all the way back to the front or hope you find a glove elsewhere so that you can check that later.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be really, really punishing. But unfortunately, rather, we didn't have to look at those price packs.
I still think it's worth especially because you have a sword. You might as well kill a few things. You never know if something's going to start dropping big 20s, or you could get an 8-bomb drop or a 4-bomb drop, because we still do need bombs further along in the seed, particularly in Kakariko. There's a few bomb spots there. Ooh, Ice Rod. All right.
Okay, we're not gonna have the ever vanilla location Ice Rod in Todoroki today.
The vanilla? Did you say vanilla location?
Yeah.
It's not. It's vanilla location. Get out of here. Making stuff up. But yeah, it is nice to know that this is not going to be an Ice Rod hunt. Because I feel like most people that have played this game enough can all agree that that is probably one of the worst scenarios to be put in, and it happens far too often.
Yeah, it's so easy to lose tournament matches with that. But looking here at the back of Escape, I take that 50 rupee any day.
Yeah, you want to see progression. Oh, wow, we are getting a few bombs from these rats over on Mikan's side. But yeah, you do want to see, you prefer to see progression, but at least 50 rupees is going to help us get our 100 rupees that we need for the bottle vendor in Kakariko. And that's one less thing you have to worry about.
Yeah, and if you're real unlucky, you can always, with those 50 rupees, it will also help you with more bombs in Kakariko, if that would happen.
Walking out of Escape with just an Ice Rod, honestly, I'd still consider that a win. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and a very nice sync between Hamburg and Plasma Kappa as well.
There is also still the possibility that Turtle Rock is not one of our required dungeons, so that Ice Rod may never be used to kill Trinex for its intended use. But it's still a nice weapon to have as well for clearing stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very nice find over on Humbug's side. One of the tree pulls. Not sure which one that is. Hard to keep track of. Is going to be big 20s. While 5 arrows from the bush crabs. So good resource information gathering right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So triple bombs there in the forest. So we're not going to have any bombs problem here. And just a heart container on Lumberjack.
Mushroom here in the woods as well. Almost in its vanilla location, just a little bit off. Honestly, it makes a little bit more sense that it's in a cave versus just sitting on the ground, but I feel like both would apply. The nice thing about that heart container at Lumberjack is it does mean that neither players are going to have to beat Aghanim's Tower for that item. Now, there is still the possibility that our players will have to do Aghanim's Tower just to get to the Dark World. We see that quite often, but it's a little too early to consider that.
Hey, at this point, there is the same amount of items needed for Aga Tower and not Aga Tower.
Yeah, we have like none of the pieces that we need to get to the Dark World yet. We need at least one glove and a hammer and a moon pearl, or if not hammer, 2 gloves. Let's see if we find anything here in Kakariko. A lot of big 20s here in Blindside. I missed what was in the bottom left chest.
That was just 50 rupees, so essentially this has been like some sort of bank today.
Nothing wrong with that. And a couple bombs in the back too, so player's gonna feel okay not having to purchase bombs, and we'll get to walk away out of Kakariko with a couple hundreds. We are gonna drop 100 here on Bottle Vendor, probably after checking the back of the well.
Yeah. So jumping down here, I love that falling down animations, by the way.
Oh, well, there is our Moon Pearl, which honestly, when you see that, you're thinking, oh gosh, I just need, the lamp and the cape, and then it's Aga already, but let's see what else we can find.
We do find the blue goo there, which makes it that we will be able to do Siki, but more importantly, that is the bow.
Yeah, bow here means we can go sequence break Eastern Palace. If our players are comfy enough doing that. Oh, wow, and a fire rod. Well, never mind. That does actually put the boss of Eastern Palace in play under the newer advanced logic that is in play with this current version of the randomizer. You can now get to Armos with that fire rod or that lamp. Okay. Well.
Okay, you just set a big X over the fire rod. We don't need it right now. We got.
Wow, that's. I'm leaning even more towards Turtle Rock being a pendant now that we have both rods already.
Yeah, wouldn't it be too surprising to have to dip all the way to Trinex to get the required item in TR?
Yeah, well, for their sake, let's hope that doesn't happen. Well, oh my gosh, there's the Master Sword, and there we have it. That is already all the pieces we need to do Aghanim's Tower if these players wanted to. Now, as a runner, I'd still would be a little bit hesitant, but they also have the bow, so we could, it could be something chilling in Palace of Darkness right away. So that is something that is going to be on their minds from here on out.
Yeah, Eastern is always one of those palaces where you are excused if you choose to do it all before going to the Dark World access. You're also excused if you chose to not do it before Aga. It's really mismatched there. But yeah, blind race came here from Plasma.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Okay, well now Aga's looking a little less likely. That glove is a nice find. That is putting us one step closer, just being able to go to the Dark World without having to do Aghanim's Tower. And that blind check from Plasma is going to save him a little bit of time.
Yeah, absolutely. We are getting tons of good items here. It doesn't kind of look a little bit yet. But yeah, Plasma Kappa is taking that bow and heading immediately over to Eastern.
That makes sense. It is a crystal dungeon. It is in logic. You can do all of it. And, checking Sahasrara's hut on the way, that's another 3 items. Could even talk to Sahasrara to find out where that green pendant is, just for extra information. It seems like a good play.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, heading into what we call the closet. There we are gonna find the Master Shovel, a piece of heart, and another heart container. Now, Williard, I have one question to you. Do you want to do a face quest? Or maybe do a TR dive? It could be anywhere. Pull out your hair, it's gonna be fun. Maybe it's vanilla, maybe not. I wish you could tell me where. Do you want to do a face quest? It doesn't have to be a face quest.
All right, well, let's see what we got going on here in Eastern Palace.
At the same time, thinking about Fetch Quest, Scruffy Ninja is gonna go and check that. At the same time, Hamburg doing the South Shore. But yeah, the big key there actually on the second set in Eastern, and nothing really in Minimolum as well. Well, it was the flippers at Mushroom, so it's a little bit interesting. Please say something, William. Don't tell me I broke you.
No, I'm here. Just had to make some calls. All right. Anything going on here in Eastern Palace? Did I miss anything exciting?
Well, we did get an early big key. And we already have the Bacon Sword as well.
And the Titan Mitts here in the big chest for Plasma. So that is our Dark World access.
Yeah, essentially. So no Aga required today. But I do like what the Plasma Kappa is doing here, heading over to Rupee Room here to get up some money for possible Sora in the future.
And it looks like we did get our mushroom turn in for one of our players. Bottom right, pick up the flippers, which is going to be one of those potentially required items, especially if Swamp ends up being a crystal.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Hamburg though, since he didn't go and do the mushroom, he will not have the flipper. So if he sees something up on the storage, he must know how to do essentially splash deletion. Otherwise, he might have to leave that item. Well, we do have the blue cane from Hobo today. And we are looking at our first boss fight here, the Armos Knights for Plasma. Didn't seem like he was able to set up the quick kill, so he's gonna have to deal with the enrage. Yeah, that is gonna be the first blood. Mikan trying to do the damage boost strat through the anti-fairies. Wow, I barely see that that little tube that the Goomba is holding up when he's swimming. But yeah, what does the king of all scammers have today? Well, he had some very expensive bomb for us, and Hamburg is just noping out of there, so there's nothing on the ledge either than I. Yeah, Hamburg now, so we should head over to Eastern. Same time, Scruffy is gonna get his Sora 6, and we actually have our last sword on Lake Hylia Island. That will probably not be sword off. So Mika now on the setup here. He did get it, so let's see if he can And a perfect fight for Mikan. So yeah, that was just a piece of heart on the ledge. But yeah, we'll be interested to see where Mikan decides to go next. It wasn't easy and also got his Titan, so wonder if it's gonna be him or Plasma that goes to the Dark World first, or if it might be Hamburg. Hamburg is also in a pretty decent position. And that is very true as well, what we see a speculation there in the chat. The other runners might hold off a bit with checking the witch because of the good old fake powder. So that is a little bit scary in that regard. So far we don't know if actually flippers otherwise is required. It could be that Swamp and Ice Palette is a pendant as well, so we have to wait and see. But one item that would be really nice for our runners to find right now would be the mirror because if we do that we can do Stumpy, K45 and the digging spot at the same time. And as well as mirror just unlocking a lot of good cool potential routing. And yeah, it was alright, so we did get the information about Skullwood's being a green pendant. So yeah, that means that either Swamp or Asparagus is gonna be a crystal. Yeah, Hamburg also now have picked up the Dark World access. So I have just received word that William unfortunately has to go away. So thanks so much for him to come in here a little bit quickly. But yeah, Mikan is gonna be our first runner heading over to Village of Outcast, based on where he's going right. Hamburg also did set up the quick kill, and he gets it as well. GG. So it's gonna be interesting to see where Mikan goes now. He does have the Fire Rod and has all the items to be able to defeat Skullwoods. And look at that, Meyer being the last pendant. So yeah, that Ice Rod looking very strong, very good at the moment. And there was a 5-6 in TR and Ice Palace. So that is quite interesting. So, but yeah, Mikan is just gonna go ahead and enter Skullwoods immediately. Why not? It has 2 items, and you did get that Fire Rod super early. So then, let's talk a little bit about what we might expect our runners that they might have to get. So we are right now looking at the Red Cane, Hammer, and Hookshot for that go mode as well as a mirror. Yeah, Plasma Kappa also choose, and Hamburg as well, choosing to head into Skullwoods as well. They do have, as I said, all the items required to beat it. And yeah, it was only the big key back in the fighter's room. So Mikan setting up the bomb jump here, perfectly executed. And that gives Mikan the small key. There are probably gonna be a small key over here as well, so they are not gonna be locked. Yep, there is that one. And remember, with the advanced item logic, then there might be an item basically down here in the pinball room. And yeah, you guys are absolutely right. We do also need a medallion. 1 or 2. But yeah, there's a compass in there. So the last item in Skull Woods is in. Hamburg nearly got locked away, thrown away by the hand. But yeah, the last item is in essentially back by the boss. Yes, Graf also getting a little bit of a different quick kill on Armos, so that was pretty good. So yeah, digging spot just being a big 20 as well. Yeah, that's gonna be everything for Plasma Kappa in Skullwoods. He's gonna head away from there. Gonna check out the bumper ledge. Excuse me, that was my tablet. We're gonna be interested to see how much Hamburg's doing here. And it looks like Mikan is also choosing to do that whole dip as well. And yeah, it was the hook shot on bumper. So now comes the question, where is that? Oh, it looks like Hamburg actually have gotten himself stuck here. Yeah, the mummies are blocking, so he can't move the switch, and he can't move it upwards because of where it's placed. So that is a little bit of a soft lock for him. So he has to use that Wallmaster to get out of there. But yeah, Plasma Kappa has now made his way into to Wheels of Outcast. He's gonna take the brewery. I did miss what was in Cess game. But yeah, just a hard container in brewery as Mikan jumps down into Muffler. Hookshot is required in every seed. Hookshot is required both unless you know how to hover, where it's required to be able to get to Area 2, but it also is required for Swamp Palace in this seed. But it is absolutely right. Hookshot or boots could also be the entrance to Mystery Mire. But with that, Mikan actually finds the mirror in from Muffler. An amazing find from Mikan. And Hamburg is also going to be able to get that one. So very, very nice find. And with that, as Seth is saying, that is could be really punishing for Plasma Kappa. But ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome to the race here, Etium. Are you there, Etium? So while Etium is getting everything checked up here, Hamburg also saying Muffler. And Plasma Kappa is heading to the back of Town. It is one of the crystals. But yeah, that mirror is definitely gonna punish him, as all of the runners except for him chooses to go that far back. So Mikan is gonna take that mirror over to a graveyard ledge. This is one of those cases which tends to be a little bit forgotten by most people when it comes to looking for that required item. So it has a very likely chance that something good is. Up in on. Ooh, look at that! The hammer actually. Mikan is having a really good route here. And looks like Hamburg is not gonna. Well, Hamburg is gonna fall in the same direction. So both him and Mikan having a excellent route. So Hamburg now also gonna pick up his hammer as Plasma Kappa has arrived at the Maiden's Nest.
Hello there.
Hello Etium.
Unfortunately, I can't hear you, Angus.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I think it's on my end.
But yeah, Plasma Kappa now heading into the blind fight. Don't worry guys, I'm not gonna sing anymore. But yeah, we have just 5 rupees as well in the sea house there. And with that, Plasma Kappa has picked up his second crystal.
Discord is acting up because I can't hear you. Let me, I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, it's gonna be interesting to see what Plasma Kappa's results go after this. So yeah, he's gonna first go ahead and check that digging game. After that, he might go back and pick up the frog and head over to Hyper Cave, or he just go and turn that one in right away. But yeah, just 50 rupees from the digging game.
Oh, there we go. I hear you now.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, restarting Discord fixed it.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, Tuna does not love that hook shot.
Alright, so, yeah. Do you want to catch me up on what's happened so far?
Yeah, so as you see, it was a casual. They did get really nothing in escape. They really only got sword and their paper shield there. And into Kakariko, they got every item for the Aga play, as well as the fire rod and ice rod. However, and of course a glove. However, they did find titans in Eastern, so they were able to skip essentially Aga. And
Nice.
And Hamburg, Mikan, and Scruffy India did find that mirror from Muffala. Plasma has been in Skullwoods, however, he did not go to the boss there.
Alright, so I guess we're still looking for the cane and hookshot and a medallion.
Yeah, essentially. And also, so they also find the hammer in Graveyard Ledge. So the mirror locking a lot of stuff in this.
Oh, where was that mirror at?
That one is from Muffala. And yeah, we did also find those flippers at the witch.
Well, Hookshot was on Bumper Ledge. Okay, so we do need the cape then.
Yeah, we do.
Alright.
Oh, Plasma Kappa setting up the Splash Legion here to get to Pod Pursuit.
Oh, he gets it. Done.
That is very, very nice. So one good thing here for Plasma was that he did not miss the item that was in the big chest of Thief Town, but it was just a piece of art.
Alright. So we got 3 players going through Thieves Town, Plasma Kappa, heading over to Pod. So even though he got here in using a glitch, this is still in logic because he could have killed Aga to get here.
Yeah, he could. But yeah, the best boomerang of them all on the ledge. Our Plasma does have that red boomerang, so he's not gonna go for the blue one.
Yeah, sometimes I like to pick that up if I don't already have one, but it's nice to have in a few situations.
Yeah. It was also someone pointed out because of the flippers, Pod could have also been accessed that way. So essentially what Plasma Kappa is doing here is that he's saying that I know that Hammer could be in a pod because of Aga is beatable, so I'm just gonna go ahead and check over there.
Yeah, it's not going to work out, unfortunately. Has anyone been in? No, it looks like no one's been into Pod yet.
No, Plasma is our first runner there because of where the Hammer was.
So I know you told me, but I already forgot. Where was the mirror again?
The mirror was from Muffler.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he'll... Oh, he's got to do that green pendant, so that might take him a while.
Yeah, it says the sensor's already been there, and that is the only item left, basically, in there.
Yeah, so that is... Skip is really going to be bad for Plasma Kappa.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's hammer time for Mikan. And yeah, we did get that bow very, very early in Kakuiko, so Pod, even though it was not the key there, you will be able to continue further in. And yeah, Plasma Kappa setting up Death Warp here.
Yeah, no hammer and no mirror, so he's going to have to take the long way out of here.
Ooh.
There's our Red King.
Yeah, someone's to call Phantom Rio about that.
Yeah, well, unfortunately that doesn't really help Plasma Kappa, since without that hammer, he's not going to be able to get to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and yeah, the mountain right now is looking very promising.
Yeah, but he also can't even get to East Death Mountain at all with no hookshot or mirror.
Yeah, if only he defeated Muffler to get the mirror to go to Graveyard Edge. However, we are probably gonna see the others going into Pod before heading up the mountain. But But yeah, we have the world tour for Mikan here with the purple zest.
Alright, so it looks like 3 of our players are going to be cleaning up some of these South Darkworld checks.
Yeah.
Did Plasma Kappa do Smith Chain at all?
I would say it didn't.
Yeah, because without that mirror, it makes the Smith Chain really painful to do.
Yeah, it would essentially be a world tour, but then you have to go and deposit the Smith before having to go back to the Dark World, which is a little bit of pain as is.
We do get a shield off the purple chest.
Yeah, the fire shield for us. Okay, Plasma Kappa is as soon checked all of the sets in pod. It's gonna be interesting to see what he decides to do after this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he has much left besides going to Mothula. He could sequence break, no. Well, he could sequence break Ice Pals, but that would be kind of silly with no hammer.
Yeah, it would. Because who in their right mind would go into Ice Palace without hammer and hookshot?
Yeah, but that mirror is really one of the worst items to miss because it's left him with a bunch of isolated locations. I can easily see him. Well, he'll be able to go up and do Hera, which will be alright because it's a crystal, but he'd really like to have that hammer.
No, Plasma can't get up to Hera. He doesn't have the mirror yet.
Yeah, I mean after he got the mirror.
Yeah.
But he is going to go up the mountain. He can do a couple of checks up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Mikan also heading up the mountain. He'll be able to do lots of checks.
Yeah. I'm gonna chunk this down to that he wants to be able to go mode pod, so he's heading here first.
Yeah, that's right. If he had that cane and found the medallion up here, he'd be able to full clear Turtle Rock.
Yeah, if only he went to pod. But Lucas Hamburg might go to pod, so that's gonna be good for him. But yeah, that was a really, really bad hype cave as well. And you're gonna have to hate those rocks as well that is constantly falling down on you.
There is an Ether medallion there, which could be required. It doesn't help Plasma right now.
But as I said, it could absolutely be required. It could be for Turtle Rock, or it could be for something required in Mystery Mire.
Yeah. Oh, and we get a Quake medallion as well off the green pendant turn in there. So all of a sudden we went from knowing none of the medallions to 2 of them.
Ooh, that Quake could be possibly really, really ugly.
Yeah, so Mikan will do Hera probably here and then head over to East Death Mountain, and we will find out which medallion will be required for Turtle Rock in just a few minutes. Plasma Kappa, you know, we're going to turn in the mushroom. Have we seen this yet?
Yeah, we saw that on it was Scruffy Ninja, where he got his flippers.
Oh, flippers, okay. So that could be really bad for Plasma Kappa, because that could mean a dive into Ice Palace.
Yeah, it could.
And I think You said he did do the front of Skola's, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. I think he might go to Ice Palace before going to Mothula.
Yeah, he might.
No, we don't need the flute. Unless it's required to get something out of the mire area.
Or desert.
Or possibly desert, yeah, if we don't find the book.
Imagine book being on ped. So you have to use that flute to be able to do desert.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, book on ped is always pretty horrible. There's the red cane now for Humbug.
And yeah, looking at Mikan's screen, it is a fire locked Terra.
Yeah, with no hook shot, we can't do that Harapot glitch either. Ooh, Mr. Scruff gonna grab the gold sword there from the Hylia Island. It's not a huge upgrade over Temper, but it is kind of nice to have, and certainly worth picking up if you're on your way to Ice Palace.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those swords has been really good locations. It was an Uncle sword, one was on Sick Kid, and we did get that Blue Goo in Kekiko well, and we also got Bacon sword in Eastern.
Nice. So yeah, early tempered, always nice to see.
Yeah, the only thing missing right now is the silvers. Yeah, looks like Mikan was thinking about setting up the bomb jump, however decides to do it the vanilla way. Interesting enough, Mr. Scruffy Tuna also dipping into Ice Palace. There's a lot of things he could do, so I don't know why he chose to do this right now.
Well, for Mr. Scruff, I mean, it is a full clearable crystal. It's a red crystal. I think it makes sense to go into Ice Palace here in some ways. Although, again, he does have a lot of the mountain open, so... you know, it's hard to say, but I don't mind the Ice Palace play from Mr. Scruff. But on Plasma Kappa's side, he's not going to find a hammer in here. So this is just essentially time wasted for Plasma Kappa.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. At the same time, Hamburg is on his way back to Helmasor. So yeah, we have to keep an eye here on Mikan, because we are very soon gonna get that TO medallion check.
He can almost open the pegs in the wrong order.
And it is the Ether, so they are not punished.
Yeah, although Mikan is gonna wish he'd done Pod first so he could actually go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
And yeah, as Chat points out, all we need at this point now is the cape to get that hook shot off of Bumper Ledge. There is a slim chance we need the boots to get the big key in Gan's Tower, but that's a very slim chance, 1 out of 22. So we're not going to worry about that unless we actually see it there.
Yeah. But yeah, Helmasor is defeated for Hamburg. He's picking up his third crystal. But yeah, it is as people are saying, cape for Go mode is very, very rare.
Yeah, for sure.
Because yeah, cape, if that would be the case, that is only when the required item is on Bumper Ledge, and that does not happen often.
So Humbug actually going back into pod. And he did... Okay, he did Helmosaur first, but now this means because he does not have a small key, he has to go through the right side again. So might have been slightly better routing to just take care of the back first. But it's not a huge time loss.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, Paradox came now for Mika, and there are 7 Zesty in total, so it often has some.
Well, just a couple of red rupees in the bottom.
And yeah, Hamburg actually a little bit of interesting route here, choosing to skip the mid portion of pod completely and just go to the very, very back.
There's the cape in Paradox Cave.
Ooh, that is huge for Mikan.
So Mikan still needs to get that King of Samaria out of pod. Oh, he hasn't got the flippers yet either.
Yeah, he needs to turn in that mushroom. However, I'm thinking right now he's saving that mushroom to do fake powder.
I think he mainly just hasn't turned it in because he's hoping for the flute to make getting there a little faster. But
Yes.
that flute may not turn up at all. It may be in Ganon's tower for all we know.
Yeah, and Plasma is back in Skullwood, so this is excellent for him.
So this is almost no mode. Again, as I said, there is a slim chance we need the boots to get the big key off Ganon's tower. Oh, yeah. I was going to say we don't have desert access, but we don't even need desert access, so never mind that.
Yeah.
And Plasma Kappa finally heading back to do Mothula, and this does not feel good for him. This is probably his last location.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, he's gonna feel good about that hook, that hammer though, that mirror. Because at least that gives him a few more checks. With that he can do K45, he can head up to Hera, he has Graveyard Ledge.
Well,
And
certainly
because of the items, he can check the first test in slot.
Yeah, certainly it gives him options, but he can't be feeling good about it being his last location. He could have had this much earlier.
Yeah.
So Mr. Scruff heading to pod, he'll get his King of Samaria. And Mikan looks to be heading in that direction as well.
Yeah.
Humbug also heading up the mountain, but I think Mr. Scruff is in a really good position here because we don't know when Mikan and Humbug are going to turn in that mushroom.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll probably go up to Turtle Rock and full clear that before getting back there.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Oh, and Hamburg gets the really, really nice bomb jump there as well. That is one of the hardest ones in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a trickier setup there. You can't just go up to the edge and lay a bomb. You have to line yourself up very precisely to do that one.
Yeah, absolutely. That is because that gap is a little bit longer than the normal bomb jumps. So you essentially has to clip a little bit into the wall to be able to get across.
Alright, so Humbug heading into Hera, Mikan turning in that green pendant to get the Quake, which we almost certainly don't need. And Plasma Kappa not going to do Graveyard Ledge, unfortunately. He's skipping that.
Yeah, he's gonna do Smith Chain.
Oh, that's right. He still hasn't done Smith Chain.
Yeah. But that's like, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you there, Angels. I don't know if that was Discord.
It's Discord.
That's better. Does my mic sound alright?
Yeah, yours sounds good. But yeah, I was just asking what you think. Right now it feels like Mr. Scruffy Tuna and Mikan is edging that little bit ahead, with Tuna having the biggest advantage at the moment.
Yeah, so Mr. Scruff basically just needs to get up the mountain, and he'll be in go mode.
Yep.
So that ether medallion he needs is just sitting in Spectacle Rock, and the cape he needs in Paradox Cave to get the hookshot off Bumper Ledge.
Yeah. So is Plasma gonna head into the Sector First in Swamp here?
I think so. I think he's got this, and I think he's gonna make this gamble. The mirror does open up Hera for him, but I guess he'll just do this real quick while he's in the area.
Yeah. But yeah, Hamburg also heading over to the East Death Mountain now, also gonna pick up his cape. He does have so he can enter and beat Turtle Rock.
Just 10 arrows inside the first chest of Swamp there for Plasma Kappa, so nothing doing there.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like Plasma has decided that I'm gonna head over to Hera. It has a few items for me. It might be where my hammer is right now hiding. We are seeing some fancy mirror strats here for Hamburg to take East Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's called the block erase glitch. It's very easy to do. You just spam the mirror button as you're pushing a block, and the block gets deleted. Only works inside caves. It does not work inside dungeons because it will mirror you to the start of the dungeon.
Yeah, it's also one of those wonderful Japanese 1.0 glitches that is very used in randomizer.
There's the cape for Humbug, so he knows he can get the hook shot. And he's going to save and quit as well, even though he could go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
He's decided getting that hook shot first is a higher priority.
To be fair, it does make the torch room in Turtle Rock that much faster.
Yeah. So this could be a good decision for Humbug, because he may want to put off Turtle Rock till last, so he might actually do that mushroom before going to Turtle Rock, which would be really good for him.
Yeah. But yeah, we are gonna see a fun situation here where is Hamburg or Mikan gonna find that flipper before Scruffy finds the cape? But yeah, just looking at the items, it's hard to say if Scruffy is gonna stay away from the mountain quick. The only other option really for him at the moment would be either Agina in desert or heading to swamp without the hookshot.
Yeah, I think he'll do the mountain probably right after Pod. It's worth noting that the hookshot on Bumper Cave is only a possibility in the advanced logic. With the basic logic, it actually expects you to use the hookshot to cross that gap there before the bumper. So in basic logic, you'll never find the hookshot there.
Yeah, that is also very, very, very interesting thing, because that just makes that hookshot being there even more rare. But yeah, it looks like Mr. Tuna might check Catfish and Pyramid before heading up the mountain.
Interesting. I mean, I guess he wants to be thorough, but these are very slow checks to do. When you have a ton of stuff available on the mountain, you have all of Hera and East Death Mountain, and all of Turtle Rock potentially. So I would really like to see Mr. Scruff just quit out of Pod and just go straight up to the mountain. But this is not the worst play in the world. If you do find something on Catfish, you know, a lot of people are going to skip that. So it would be pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, Mikan saving quitting out of Pod. He might be heading up the mountain, or just say, I'm gonna head into Ice Palace. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be that Turtle Rock play. But yeah, that does put the position here that Tuna, even if he's not going to the mountain now, he still has a very nice edge here. So just goes, yeah, just look at the crystals. Really, he has gone in the Ice Palace compared to the others, Hera, and I would value that a little bit more than Hera.
Oh yeah, having Ice Palace already finished is really nice.
Yeah. So Silvers from Catfish, maybe? Nope.
And Plasma Kappa finally going to get that hammer, and he cannot be feeling very good about this.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate. I'm not blaming him for that, but he still probably wants to pick it up though.
And Plasma Kappa really showing his frustration here. But, you know, that's just one of those situations where you last locate Mirror and then last locate Hammer, and it's extremely frustrating. And, you know, sometimes I would just forfeit in a situation like that, because it's just that frustrating, but good on him
Yeah.
for sticking it out. It especially sucks in a seed where there's no flute, no boots, and just getting everywhere just takes so long.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, time for the most irritating enemy in A Link to the Past, the chain jumps. The most irritating enemy that can damage you, would I say. Well, we do have Find the Cape, but right now it is a battle between Mr. Scruffy finding the cape for his hookshot, or Mikan and Hamburg finding their flippers.
Yeah, well, I think Mr. Scruff is in the right direction here. Mikan and Humbug, so they are going to do Turtle Rock, and they're going to be full clearing it, which is not the worst thing in the world, but it is going to mean an extra mountain climb as well.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind that too much, to be honest.
The only thing that might be nice they could find here would be the boots to make the rest of the seed a little faster, but and of course to guarantee that you can get the GT Big Key.
I would actually really enjoy seeing the being powder here for them, because that would make so that they won't think that I want to do a Batcave before doing the witches. Plus, powder is also a very nice quality of life item to have.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Mr. Scruff doesn't know that bomb jump, so he actually took the long way out. Or maybe he messed up the bomb jump. I wasn't quite watching.
Yeah, me neither. I was watching the intense battle here between Hamburg and Mikan. But yeah, there was actually a very nice blue goo on Lavases as well. I don't mind that one too much.
And Plasma Kappa actually doing Turtle Rock before Paradox Cave. So doesn't have the cape, doesn't have the knowledge of the hook shot. And has to go around the long way here.
A little bit of a rare thing to do it in that order. I would possibly see that more in inverted, but interesting that he chooses to do this route.
Yeah, I mean, the cape wouldn't... He'd have to climb back down the mountain and go get the hook shot first anyway, so it's not like a big deal, but he'll do Paradox Cave after Turtle Rock.
Yeah. And as someone is pointing out here in the chat, with the fact that Plasma must feel so behind right now, so he's going for gambles that the cape is going to be in Turtle Rock and it's not going to be anything in Paradox, does he? And Hamburg being a little bit angry there because you could have the possibility of skipping Lace Bridge.
Humbug making his way now to Laser Bridge. Mikan not too far behind. Plasma Kappa not too far behind. In Turtle Rock anyway, but.
So Compass in the first test. We are still looking for those silvers as well.
Yeah, silver's not necessary, but they are very nice to have. Mainly for Ganon. Oh, there's the flute.
That could potentially scare Humbug and Mikan as well as Plasma into mire, and we don't want to see that right now.
Yeah, so the good thing is that the flute will make it easier for them to turn into mushroom. So hopefully they remember the mushroom and do that before Mire. Because yeah, if they go to Mire, that'll be a disaster.
But yeah, try next time for Hamburg. He does have tempered, which helps a lot, so he doesn't have to do the irritating hammer strat against these heads. Bad, I said. Bad, I said. But it's gonna be interesting to see what Hamburg goes after this.
And I'm gonna be a little bit safe and drink that blue potion.
I don't blame him. They are still in green mail and Trinex hits like a truck.
Yeah.
As someone would say, it's better safe than sorry.
And Mr. Scruff also going to go into Turtle Rock before checking Paradox Cave. Again, full clearing Turtle Rock doesn't add a lot of time to it, so it's not really going to hurt him that much. So I really do understand the decision to do Turtle Rock, because if you find your Go Mode item in here, you can just skip Paradox Cave entirely, and that's a bit of a time save.
Yeah. Both Plasma and Mr. Scruffy trying to Galaxy Brain the rest of the seed here.
So lots of arrows and a little bit of love in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah. Okay, where is Mika and Hamburg gonna go now? That is gonna be the important thing here.
Well, neither of them has done Ice Palace, so they might head there first.
Yeah.
But if you're rooting for Myken or Humbug, what you want them to do is go activate that flute and turn it into mushroom. That would make a lot of sense.
Oh, Hamburg is actually gonna go ahead and go to Spike Cave. But yeah, let's hope they don't go to Mire area, because that's gonna waste them a lot of time, especially if Mire is either Ether or Quake.
Yeah, and even then, they would also have desert that they could get into as well. So Myken gonna activate the flute.
Yeah. Get your 07s in the chat. And yeah, Hamburg is also gonna go ahead and activate that flute. So please, Mika, fly to number 2. Fly to number 2. But yeah, the goose is loose, and Mikan is going for it.
Yes, it is number 2. It's gonna get that mushroom turned in, and this will be go mode for Myken.
Yeah, at 1:12:28, Mikan is in go mode.
So this looks to be a pretty tight race between Myken and Scruff. So Myken does still have to do Ice Palace, but it's going to be a go mode ice. Mr. Scruff, meanwhile, has to do the rest of Turtle Rock, and they both have to do Swamp Palace.
Okay, this might be very huge. Hamburg flying to desert. Unfortunately, he will miss the flippers, but he saw the boots on desert lead.
Oh, wow. This is probably bad for Humbug. Oh, it is Bombos for Meyer, so that's good news.
Yeah.
But he'll probably do desert before he goes to turn in that mushroom. So...
And we also have the 1 in 22 chance that those boots might be locking the big key in GT.
yeah. There's that key on the torch. Myken, meanwhile, heading into Swamp. Again, he's in probably go mode. He might check a couple chests in the back, just hoping for those boots or silvers. But he's not going to go out of his way to check anything.
Yeah. Those boots gonna help a lot when it comes to just moving around. Ice Palace, GT is one of those palaces which just speeds up the palace a lot because of just how many long corridors they have.
Yeah, but the question is, when is he going to turn in that mushroom?
Yeah. We might actually see Hamburg here starting to think about PED, which would be scary.
Well, that's not going to be on the table if we don't find Bombos.
Yeah, there's one more item in desert though. But yeah, time for Maya said. Is it gonna be under the doormat?
It often is.
Not this time though.
We got bombs, but no bombos. And Mr. Scruff having a tough time here on Laser Bridge. Getting knocked off by those enemies.
Yep. And in a strange turn of event, Plasma Kappa is now also in potential go mode.
That's true, but he's behind by some dungeons here. He has to do Ice Pals, Swamp Pals, and he has to go back to Pod.
To be fair though, he has cleaned out Pod, otherwise he only has a boss left there.
Yeah, but that's still several minutes.
He has flu, so he will be able to get there quickly enough. Let's pray that Hamburg is not gonna get bombos from Landmola.
Mr. Scruff having a tough time on Laser Bridge here. These laser skips with no boots are definitely more difficult.
Yeah.
And he does not have a lot of magic to use that blue cane.
Yeah, he wants to save that blue cane and the magic a bit, at least, so he can do the last. But yeah, Mikan has been going very quickly without having the boots here, already in the second phase of Argus. He's gonna set up. He's just gonna do spins, he's not gonna set up any fancy quick heal.
Alright, Mr. Scruff done with Laser Bridge, just has to go take out Trinex. So I think actually I put Myken in the lead here because he just has to do a go mode Ice Palace, whereas Mr. Scruff still has to check Paradox Cave and then still has to go over to Bumper Ledge to get the hook shot and then still has to do Swamp. So I think Myken is going to be in the lead by a little bit here, but it's going to be close enough. Oh no, there's the book in Desert.
Let me just get it marked here that is a very ugly one. That is a very ugly
Yeah.
case.
So hopefully Humbug will just turn in that mushroom next.
Yeah, it would save him. It would if it doesn't do that. Just put another mountain climb for him, which he probably doesn't want at this. We have Mikan also picking up his Barry Sword. I do love what one person is proposing here in chat, that we should call it hope mode until we know that boots is not required.
I've heard it called Schrodinger's go mode.
Yeah, that is kind of the name for it, but hope mode sounds a little bit nice as well. Yeah, I'm not too surprised that Hamburg's choosing to do the boost occasions here. They are pretty quick after all.
Yeah, maybe after doing King's Tomb, that might lead him to the mushroom. The worst, of course, would be if he forgot that he has the mushroom. That would be terrible news for Humbug.
Yeah, it would. And quick kill and executed by Plasma Kappa. But yeah, nothing from the boost occasion, so where is it going next?
Oh no, he's going after the book.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. As long as he's not finding bombos, because what he's doing right now, I'm not gonna raise my panic flag. Oh, that is powered, so hopefully that's pointing him to do his mushroom now. It is.
Yeah, that might remind him.
Well, at least he has powder, which is a quality of quality of time item, as well as the boost is also definitely a very nice item.
And Humbug leaving a little present there for the shopkeeper.
Yeah, and Hamburg
yeah.
with that is generally in go mode.
Yep. So he has absolutely nothing to worry about. He might check a couple chests hoping for silvers, but that's about it.
Yeah.
With those boots, again, I still think he's a bit too far behind, but those boots are going to help him catch up a little bit at least. And of course, there is always that chance of the torch, big key. And if that happens, then Humbug is way in the lead.
Yep. So get your guesses, folks, because Mikan has just collected his 7th crystal. So in GT, there are a total of 22-6. One of them has the big key. Where do you think it's gonna be? Where do you think it's gonna be, Idiom?
I'm going to guess torch, number 1.
Not too surprised by that. So you're basically with that you're cheering for Hamburg. I thought we were not supposed to play any favorites.
I'm not playing favorites. I just think it's going to be on the torch.
Alright, fair enough. But yeah, the slow climb here for Mikan giving us a lot of time to get those guesses in. Oh, I like that. 4.5.
Alright, so all our runners now, basically in go mode, again, minus that torch possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, Plasma Kappa now fighting against Cold there as well. Oh, barely was able to dodge the puffs there because of those iframes.
Yeah, he's got a blue potion though, so he's alright.
Yeah. Yeah, only has to head into Pond now to have all of his crystals as well.
Alright, making opening Gan's tower now.
Yeah, as soon as Mikan has traversed these steps, you can't guess anymore. So Mikan is starting with Hope Room.
Number 1, bombs. Number 2, 300 rupees. No small keys, so we are going to have to go to the left side here.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out in a second.
Ooh, that is a big 20. So
Big
yeah.
20.
Boo is not required. Mikan is officially in go mode. As well as Plasma Kappa and Scraffy as well.
Well, all our runners in go mode. They just don't know it yet.
Yep.
There it is, number 4. Mike and gonna check the last couple chests here.
I was one guess off. But yeah, congrats to Kikeli209 for guessing number 4. So yeah, it's only execution now for Mikan. He has to go through the most dangerous rooms in the game.
Yeah. And GT definitely a little bit harder without those boots. You can't just dash through some of those hallways. You have to actually battle with some enemies while the lasers are shooting at you. So
Yeah.
definitely going to be a bit of a slower climb than you're used to. But he's got a fairly significant lead, so it's really his race to lose.
Yeah, it is. He has a substantial lead at the moment.
The more interesting race is going to be for second place, and I think it's going to be pretty close between all 3 of the other runners who are all on their final dungeons, and will probably be getting to Gan's Tower within a minute or 2 of each other.
Yeah, it's roughly gonna come down to how not really because of where the big key was, but it's gonna be down to execution in the gauntlet. And we also have the fact that all of them are doing different lost palaces as well, which is fine.
Yeah, not often you see that. Mike, and getting into a bit of health trouble, going to drink that blue potion.
Yeah. So how I expect it right now to be is that Plasma is gonna be the first of those 3 into GT. Then it's gonna be Mr. Scruffy, and then it's gonna be Hamburg, just based on the fact that he's the farthest away from the boss at the moment.
Yeah, I would agree, but they're all within a couple minutes of each other.
Yeah, those boots is gonna help Hamburg a lot in GT and getting to GT. Oh, we did see a little bit of the bootstrap there on Scruffy. Oh, sorry. I am mixing up the runners at the end of the race here.
Lycan with no magic here. Does he have another potion? There are a couple magic drops, but he's gonna have to use the lamp.
It doesn't look like it because of he just going through here. So he's gonna have to really light up the bottom torch here as he's doing in this.
Yeah, and that one magic drop is only enough for 4 lamp uses. But there is another magic drop there, so he'll be alright.
Yeah. But there's a big magic up here, so that one is fine. So he's gonna be...
Yeah, I guess we're at no problem.
But yeah, Cole's there for Hamburg. A nice spin there, getting all 3 of the puffs. And then Mikan checking the last cest up here for the silvers. Was a little bit of slightly different route to get to ET between Plasma and Tuna. What is Plasma doing?
Plasma is checking Paradox Cave.
No, he's buying a potion.
Oh, interesting.
I guess he wants to stay safe.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't buy a potion, just flew to the potion shop and buy one there, but this works too, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And we can... This room is very easy with boots and really annoying with no boots.
Thankfully, he was knocked into the door by the mini Helmas there.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for the Geometry Wizard. That is gonna be a single for the first one. And this is a very ugly setup. That one was beautiful though. And this is a pretty decent
nice.
at least. Yeah, there you have it, the 6 hits. It's time for the pig.
Meanwhile, Mr. Scruff just entering Gannis Tower, going left first, so we'll get that early big key. Plasma Kappa right behind him, and Humbug right behind him. So I think Humbug, with those boots, is probably going to pass over Plasma Kappa, and maybe also Mr. Scruff as well.
Yeah, because of they had to basically go here to be able to do anything in of the GT6. Yeah, he's in a really good position here to get second on the race.
Mikan, with that gold sword, going to have a fairly easy first couple of phases here.
Yeah, doesn't have to do any fancy spin strats to get quickly into the third phase. But yeah, third phase is done, so what is Silver's cannon? Oh, the one GT. Mikan could have possibly got a triple here. But remember, people, that between Gold Sword and Tempest Sword here in the final phase here, there's no difference amount when it comes to the spins.
Yeah. Yeah, only with Master Sword you have to do 24 spins. With Tempered or Gold Sword you have to do only 12 spins.
Yeah. But yeah, there we have it. Mikan has beaten a pig. he is gonna be the first of our restreamers to finish off here. He is gonna walk across the most dangerous gap in the game, and he is gonna finish off with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 33 minutes and 11 seconds. That's earns him a third position in the race overall.
Yeah, GG's weekend. Meanwhile, we got 3 runners all basically in the same room almost. Now they are all in the same room.
Yeah,
so this is
they
going to
are.
be a pretty exciting race. Humbug, though, with those boots, I think is going to have a little bit of an advantage. Although Mr. Scruff with the gold sword is going to save potentially a little bit of time on Ganon. Although that, again, if you're able to get the 1-in-1 cycle with Tempered, which is not easy to do, then it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. But yeah, reading off the other ones, coming in first place was Hayfield Bay with 1:26.54, and Gamergal in second with 1:32.15.
Ooh, Mr. Scruff here down to a half a heart.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pick up the heart here, but with that, Hamburg has passed both Scruffy and the... Sorry. Hamburg... Scruffy's staying a little bit ahead still, but he's gonna pass him here.
Yeah, luckily he has that gold sword. Kill lots of enemies in just a couple of hits. Gets a nice couple of heart drops there as well.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be an intense battle here between Plasma and Scruffy. Oh, Hamburg falling down there. He's gonna have to wait for the torch to burn out. This is gonna be an intense match.
And we are joined by our restream winner, Mikan. How are you doing?
I'm more interested in this super close race going on than the last 3 people.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Humbug, the only one who actually found the boots, those being on the desert ledge, actually.
That's hilarious. That was my next flute spot.
Yeah.
I can imagine because of how much was unlocked there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you and Humbug actually were very close until Humbug decided not to turn in the mushroom, maybe just forgot about it. So I ended up going into desert and Humbug taking a fall to Moldorm. So even though he had those boots, a little bit of execution issues in GT, causing him to fall a bit behind here.
Funny, I think my execution issues are what sent me to go get blue potions, and I'm kind of glad they did, because I would have totally cleared desert and mire before, or at least tried to before turning in that mushroom. That was so funny to me.
What happened for Humbug is he did desert, the book was on Landmo, and then the powder was on the ether tablet.
What a tease.
After getting the powder, I think that reminded him that he had the mushroom, so he went straight to the witch after that.
But yeah, with us, as you're saying, both Plasma and Scruff is down with the Geometry set. So even, as I said, those boots could have potentially gain Hamburg the second place on the restream here. Right now, those two looking to take that.
Yeah, so let's focus on this. It's going to be very, very close here. Mr. Scruff with that gold sword going to make the first couple phases a little easier. But again, the third and fourth phase going to be the exact same for both runners.
Well, Plasma is in third phase.
Oh, wow.
He's one
Very
phase ahead
nice.
of Scruffy.
Yeah, Plasma getting that 1-on-1, I think.
As long as Plasma is not doing anything bad here, Plasma might be our second place. It might come down to if any of them choose to do the free spin strat against Ganon.
Mr. Scruff here getting fire batted, very low on health. And I don't believe he has a potion. Humbug, meanwhile, on phase 1.
Yeah, we are seeing triple being set up by Plasma. Misses it though.
Looks like both runners did get the torch glitch.
Yeah, they did. So Plasma is doing these triples here is fairly consistent.
Yeah. And there it is.
Yeah, intense battle in the end here. Miss Gruffy only has 2 left.
Oh, I think he missed that one.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, Plasma Kappa is coming at second place here on the racing with an official SRL time. 1 hour, 39 minutes and 26 seconds. Coming in 7th place in total of the total race. And Scruff here also coming in here at 9th place in the race at 1:39:40.
Oh, wow. And Humbug also on phase 4 here. Shouldn't be too long. We are joined by Plasma Kappa and Mr. Scruff, but we'll just hold off in the interview here because Humbug has almost finished Ganon.
I like how everyone just kind of finished at the same time.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty close race between the last 3 of you, and there is Ganon down for Humbug. So get your GGs in chat for all 3 of them. Very exciting race down the line. Mikan a little bit ahead of you guys, but that battle for second place was really fun to watch.
Yeah, and there we go. Hamburg 11th place with 1:40:26.
So, yeah, Mr. Scruff, basically, you were looking for the cape, and meanwhile, Mikan and Humbug were looking for those flippers for a while.
Oh, jeez. So I'm so glad I got those flippers right off the bat.
I wouldn't
flippers.
I would not be happy to get those
Absolute.
flippers off the bat.
Absolute trash flippers. Delete flippers.
So glad I got those late.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I was saying, yeah, Plasma Kappa, you actually managed to come back pretty nicely after, unfortunately, I think you near last located the mirror, and then I think you absolutely last located the hammer. What made you decide to skip Graveyard Ledge after getting that mirror from Skull Woods?
Well, I can take the dudes out, and there are 2 more mirror spots out. And there's one all the way over there. I mean, mirror spots, 45 in the first chest of swamp.
Yeah.
So then you can just save quit the hero, and you've got a few more mirror spots.
Yeah, I can understand the decision. Just really unfortunate the way it played out for you. But yeah, you did. Once you did get that hammer, you managed to pretty much go straight to all the progression you needed and made a pretty decent comeback.
All I needed was the cape, and I still managed to do Turtle Rock first and full clear that after my flu. Didn't even bother turning on.
Meanwhile, we're also joined by Humbug. GG's to you.
Hi there. I'm not sure if my mic is working.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you
you're
fine.
It is? Okay, good. It's been on and off for a while.
So yeah, did you just maybe forget about that mushroom for a little bit?
Oh, I didn't. I knew I had it for a long time, and I almost checked it right after CAC because I got it in CAC, right?
Yeah, the mushroom was very, very early.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
But I just didn't feel like there was a good time for me to go up there. And then I got the flute, and I thought that, well, maybe I can do it now. But then I didn't want to waste it if I had to fake powder.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to reset because I had just activated my flute, and everything just pointed me away from that mushroom. So it sucked.
I see. Well, you did get those boots, which helped you make up a little bit of time. We thought you actually might pull ahead into second place, but you had a little bit of execution issues in going up GT.
Yeah, that was not a good GT at all, and my Ganon fight was bad as well. So
Yeah, but still.
But yeah, when we basically saw Kakariko and just how many items he got there, did you guys thought about of the possibility of Aga? You quite
Oh
Yeah,
god, yes.
I was gonna go to Aga after doing South Shore, but then I found the myths. So I was like, okay.
I almost did Aga after South Shore before doing Eastern.
That seemed like
So
crazy talk to me. I don't know why you would. Well, I don't know.
yeah, I know. I mean, I also did Sora early, so and that didn't give me anything. So I thought I was behind, and I did it to gamble a bit. But I mean, it was a little bit too much of a gamble for me to make, and I'm glad that I didn't make it. So.
But because you could go to Aga, that meant, oh well, maybe the hammer's in pod. I'm just gonna splash to lead over to pod, look for my hammer.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything else was just kind of too attractive to me. Eastern, and then I ended up doing the Rupee Room in Eastern Palace because I wanted to see if maybe after South Shore I'd have enough to swing around and do Zora, but I just didn't bother.
Funny enough, I was thinking of actually climbing up the mountain before even hitting Thieves Town. I had gone to Skullwoods, gotten the mirror, got the hammer exactly after that. Was gonna go climb the mountain, then I saw the hook shot on Bumper Ledge, and I was like,
Oh,
no, I am gonna find the cape somewhere down here, so I'm just gonna search everywhere else.
Yeah, that hookshot was pretty nice to see. Big fan of that.
Yeah, so a couple of you had the rare cape for Go mode. Don't see that too often.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we can start to wrap things up here. Do want to take a moment to shout out to our trackers, Dark Diplomat and Hugo, doing a great job for us today. But yeah, before I let you go, anyone have any final thoughts they want to get out?
Shout outs to the people who race in the GDQ Multi-World Tournament. That was really fun. It was fun.
Wait, there was a multi-world tournament?
Yeah, there was. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Dang it!
Oh yeah, I didn't go to Skullwoods because whenever I find the fire rod very early, there's pendant Skullwoods, there's always nothing there, so I never do it. So there was no way I was ever going to win.
Yeah, Schoolwoods is kind of funny. Like, some people seem to think there's always something in Schoolwoods, and then sometimes it seems like it's never got anything. But rando gonna rando. So the old saying goes.
Yeah. I do want to throw out a big shout out to Orange, who was able to get a 30 minutes and 43 second PB.
Very nice. So looking ahead, we do have, I believe there is a tournament race tonight at 9:20 p.m. between P-Train and Jet. That's a game 3 if needed. I'm not actually sure if they went 1-1, so I'll have to check to see if that's actually going to happen. There is a daily race, but I don't think it's going to have a stream tonight. So probably it'll just be that tournament race.
Yeah, I did see that on the volunteer sheet.
Oh,
Otherwise, looking, there are 2 Super Mario Bros. 3 matches being on the schedule. One at 6 p.m., one at 9 p.m. So on the speed gaming, 2. So yeah, make sure to check that one out.
Okay. Oh, sorry to interrupt.
No, I was fine.
Okay. They did go 1-1, so that game 3 is happening tonight. P-Train and Jet, that's going to be on the main Speed Gaming channel at 9:20 p.m. Eastern, so don't miss that. That is a quarterfinals match, so we are getting deep into that tournament. So that'll be a big, big race. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for us. Again, GG's to all the racers. Thank you for being on the restream. And thanks to my co-com Angels. Always a pleasure to work with you. And
The same.
yeah, I'll throw it over to you for the last words.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys on the next daily stream.